I always said that for me, fishing was just an excuse to go in the woods, places that I like, in a state of mind in which I'm comfortable. But over the years, I also realized that it includes pretty much everything that I love in life. Fishing got me to travel a lot, which I always loved. One of the places I always wanted to explore is Scandinavia, especially Sweden. With Emily, we set our goals on catching an Armenus trout, a Baltic salmon, and achieving the Swedish Grand Slam.
Hey! Hey! How's it going? Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Fly fishing in northern Sweden is very special because you have a lot of big natural rivers with no dams, and especially in Lapland that runs through Armenus. It's one of 4 natural rivers in Sweden.
No fish, but it's looking good. Yeah. It's a good level on the water as well.
20 years ago, people started really fishing for the Armenus trout, and it's a stationary brown trout that doesn't go. It's not a sea. It doesn't go to the sea to swim, so it just stays in the river the whole time, and it gets very big. Like the average weight of every fish caught every year is around 3.7 kilos.
To receive such a warm welcome from Emily, who loves fishing as much as we do and loves her country like nobody else, was definitely a fulfilling experience. I find in Emily the same passion and the same love for salmon that I have. The only difference is that she fishes for Baltic salmon and I fish for Atlantic salmon.
I haven't fished all the rivers in Sweden, so I really love to explore new places. Day-to-day schedule with the fly fishing, it's always that we go fishing. If it's nice weather, we hit the mountain and go for the brown trout. If it's bad weather, we go for the salmon. Find something to fish.
I always wonder why people go fishing. I mean, why they get hooked and they always come back. I like to catch a fish, of course everyone likes. I mean, it's the adrenaline of fighting a big, strong Baltic salmon is, of course it's a great thing. But and when you don't catch anything, it's the longest silence. It really gets to you in a way.
We decided to go explore the mountains in the Swedish Lapland. To explore such a remote area, we called Emil, a helicopter pilot who knows the area really well.
In the north, if you want to go far and really explore new water, there's a fishing camp, Mikak, That's a place I really always wanted to go to. It's a very remote place.
Yep, let's go.
Yeah. In the mountain of Swedish Lapland, the first thing I realized was how vast the environment was and the territory, how steep were the mountains and how rugged was the terrain. It's a very powerful area.
I've been hearing crows at night, so I keep brown liquor and a Bible by my side. And I know the priest gets blood at the grocery store.
I heard that there were a couple of graylings around here, and that's the first fish that took the fly this morning. We don't really have those fish back home, so I'm excited. It's fun to catch a fish I never caught before. That area, there's something they call the Grand Slam, which includes catching a brown trout, an Arctic char, and a grayling. When you can achieve to catch those 3 species of fish, you achieve what they call the Swedish Grand Slam.
A lot of people want to catch the Arctic char. It is a beautiful fish, but it's really, especially summertime, it's really difficult to catch because it's very selective. Naturally it lives in lakes, so you try to be there when it goes down or up into the stream. And then you have to be there, and you need to be really patient.
Good job, Renee! Yeah.
This is a real place. I've seen you here before. I've seen you here before.
There was only one fish missing to complete the big Swedish Grand Slam, and it was a nice brown trout. By looking at the river, I realized it was much bigger than the rivers back home and a lot scarier to cross. But we spotted some fish rising across the river, and we really wanted to get there. We needed to cross a little channel that was just deep enough so that we couldn't cross it alone. So Emily and I decided to use the good old technique of propping each other to cross the river. They get orange here. I've never seen that before. She was explaining me that it's because of the mountain water and everything, so they get a very different color than the streams we get back home. This is Sweden.
This is Sweden. This is how we do it.
Lovely. Yeah. Good job. When we manage to achieve as a team our goals, it creates bonds between individuals. It creates friendship, but also trust. At the end of this journey, I realized that in Quebec, we really don't need to go across the world to find a beautiful quality of fishing. For me, after traveling the world, to come back here in Quebec, which I call home, on a perfectly peaceful lake in search of the brook trout, the first fish I've ever caught in my life, is definitely back to the source.
We'll tell them how we almost made a living. 10,000 miles like a couple dogs, howling every night at someone. Running home.
I always said that to me, fishing was just an excuse to be outdoors in the forest. But now, I can tell that it's an excuse for traveling, learning about the world, meeting people, meeting new culture. For me, it's really important to educate my children to the respect of nature and to the relationship you can have with nature. They won't get this knowledge at school. I believe that it's the parents and the grandparents' job to educate children in the nature. Fishing is a lot more than just catching fish. It's a good opportunity to learn about yourself and learn about others, about those you consider your friends. Learn about the nature and the world you live in. And learn to have a positive impact on the future.